Hi, my name is Abigail and welcome back to another episode of CapTV. Today we are going to be covering topics from bread making to meal prepping and pizza making. Just to give a quick sneak peek to our interview tonight, we're going to be talking to Abby, a senior music ed major who is going to share her experience with meal prepping during student teaching. First, let's check in with CapTV's own Caitlin as she shows us how to make an easy French loaf style bread. Take it away, Caitlin.
Hello everybody, my name's Caitlin and I'm going to be walking you through how I made this French loaf bread. So as you see, I'm adding some ingredients here. First thing I want to do is to get that yeast blooming, so I put warm, not hot water into the bowl. I added some sugar and then I'm adding the yeast. So I'm going to stir all of that together, and then I did include a little time lapse in here to show you what it looks like as the yeast is blooming. You can also smell it a little bit if you're familiar with the smell of beer or like yeast breads. It smells a lot like that. Adding some more ingredients, gonna add some oil, and we're gonna start with 4 cups of flour just to get things incorporated. As we go, you're gonna see I add more flour just to make sure I'm getting it the right consistency. When I'm making bread, it's usually all about how I feel the bread more than like what the recipe says. So if you're actually living in like a more humid environment, you'll notice you need a little more flour. For me, looking at that original 4 cups, definitely way too sticky. So adding more flour, just kind of looking for the right texture. You'll see, got to be really careful because the flour will poof out. And keep stirring, get it all nice and incorporated. Definitely sticks to the bowl a little bit when it's too sticky. You can see that visually too. And you can see how it's sticking to my fingers there and like making my hands messy? That's how you know it's still too sticky. Adding more flour. And you'll notice that we haven't added salt yet. Salt, there's some kind of chemical makeup in salt that prevents gluten development. So if you want your breads to rise properly, you need to hold off on the salt until after you're done adding all the flour and getting it right to the perfect consistency there for you. So here I'm using my green scraper tool, one of the best investments if you're going to make bread all the time. Super helpful for getting it off the dough hook and then also scraping down the sides of the bowl. Sometimes you get that really sticky dough and all of your ingredients want to stick to the side, so getting that scraper tool helps a lot. Here I am adding the salt, got the dough to the right consistency. Perfect. You can kind of see how it all wants to stay as one solid little ball instead of like flinging all over the bowl like it was before and like peeling when I picked the head of the mixer up. Super good sign how it wants to stay together. You know, it's not too dry, it's not falling apart into dry little clumps, it's just the right consistency, which is what we're looking for. So now I'm going to cover it with cling wrap, and then I'm going to cover it with a towel. This is the best way I've found to get the bread to rise properly. You don't need a damp towel, you don't need to put it somewhere super specific, just let it rest like this alone for an hour. And then I'll show you kind of a before and after of what it looks like when it rises. You're looking for it to be roughly doubled in size. And it definitely looks a little airy. You can see the bubbles on the top there. So now I'm going to scrape it out of the bowl. I'm trying to be super gentle because the more you disturb the dough, you kind of lose the airiness. So it depends on what kind of dough you're looking for, how much you want to actually handle it. Here, I'm trying not to handle it too much right now because I know I'm going to need to handle it more as I'm shaping it. So just, using that green scraper, clearing off the bowl so we make sure we get all of our ingredients actually in there. And I have this really nice silicone mat so that I don't have to like wash the counters down every time, which is super nice. Only downside is it comes off the counter if you don't put a little bit of water underneath the mat. So just be careful if that's an investment you're making. I would definitely recommend getting a little bit of water to put under that mat so that the mat doesn't peel off the counter. You see, eventually I did just pick it up and use my hands to kind of get the dough to come together. I'd try not to use a ton of extra flour at this part because I don't want my bread to come off as chalky. I had that happen once when I was making ciabatta bread and never have to learn that lesson again. So we're kind of making it into a little ball, getting it off to the side. Make sure that the dough is sticking to itself and not so much my hands or the mat or the tools. And then Now that I have it into a workable ball, we're going to start stretching it into a rectangle. And best way I found to do that is to kind of let gravity help you out. So shaking it a little bit, letting it naturally pull down towards the earth until you get the proper shape. And then once you got most of the way there, you can use your hands to stretch it the rest of the way. Then what I'm going to start doing is rolling it towards me and pinching the edges tight. So we're getting a really nice tight log of bread. And I go all the way through the rectangle like that. When I get to the ends, where it's all sealed into one nice long, like, tube shape, we're going to roll the ends of the tube into itself so that we don't have like a swirl shape happening on the ends of your bread. We want it to be a nice solid one-piece loaf. So you'll see me do that here, where we're going to get that final pinch on the top and then roll the edges in and make sure it's all sealed nice and tight. And then we're going to put that onto the baking tray with all of the seams down. Now I took a super sharp knife because I don't have a scoring tool to make these scores. You'll see later during the second rise, the bread's going to kind of fill those spaces, so don't be scared to do them kind of deep. Let's take it over. I let mine, since we have 2 ovens in the house, I let mine do the second proof in the oven. You don't have to do that. They just need to sit untouched. So while it's rising, I'm going to start on the egg wash. I just take 1 egg and I beat it super well, trying to get all the different parts of the egg incorporated. You can see it takes me a minute to actually get the egg fully incorporated, so don't be scared to take your time and make sure that it's done right. I'm going to take that egg wash and I'm going to brush it all over both of the loaves, but make sure you get it in all the crevices. The egg wash is what gives the bread the really nice, like, brown bakery color, so making sure you cover every exposed area of the bread is super important. Don't put too much on there to the point it's pooling at the bottom, because that's when you start to get, like, the cooked egg at the bottom of your bread. You don't want that. You just want it to cover everything in a nice, even layer. If you're doing a lot of bread and you want to stretch it a little bit, you can add a little bit of water to the egg, but be careful doing that too much, because then you get less of the brown color as it's cooking. So just keep that in mind. Here we go, brushing, making sure I get all of this inside the scores, in between the 2 loaves. Right there. And look at the nice, like, look at the color contrast between the 2. It's going from these super pale, like, doughy, to more of, like, that, like, golden yellow color. That's what we really want before we put it in the oven. Perfect. Look at that, it's perfect. Making sure I use up, don't want to waste any eggs, so making sure I use up as much as possible. We're going to put it in the oven for 25 minutes at 375. I do it with a water bath, so just a pan with water at the bottom to help get the crust. But look at it come out there. The perfect brown color. The inside is nice and soft. The outside's nice and crunchy. Perfect.
Wow, girl, that looks great. After this break, we will check in with another member of CapTV, Adam, who is going to show us how to prepare a pizza for dinner. See you soon.
It's cold, flu, and COVID season here in Ohio. Stay safe and healthy this fall by washing your hands, disinfecting your room, taking your vitamins, and wearing a mask.
You think this is funny? Yeah.
1 in 4 Americans are lactose intolerant.
Listen, I don't care that you're lactose intolerant, just tolerate it. What does that even mean?
1 in 3 Americans are gullible enough to believe misinformation that they hear in a PSA.
Just look at the numbers. This isn't even a graph, it's a picture of a monkey. And?
Don't be a monkey. Check your facts.
If you're coming out, I suggest not coming out until you are absolutely certain that you're ready.
If they can't accept you for who you are, they aren't worth your time. Just stay with the people that love you for who you are and recognize that you're an awesome person regardless.
So I think if you can really push the barrier and just take the chance to come out, I think you'll really see the difference.
WXCU is so much more than just a radio station. We host several events throughout the year, from concerts to karaoke nights, in an effort to raise funds for charities such as Relay for Life. We're a group of music fanatics that simply want to use our passions to help bring the community together. So come hang out with us at our next event and see what it's all about.
Welcome to my home kitchen. Tonight on CapTV, I'm gonna be making you my classic home pizza. Here's what we need.
My preferred dough is the Pillsbury pizza crust, along with Dave Fratelli sauce, and the cheese and pepperoni are interchangeable, but this is what we'll be using tonight. I set the oven to 400 degrees, then give my pan a good spray so that the dough will stick. Now we unwrap our dough and give the cylinder a nice pop. Then I'll roll out my dough a bit, and then spread it out as far as across the pan I can. Sometimes there'll be holes in the dough that pop up, so I'll just have to squeeze the ends of the dough together to close the hole as much as I can. Then we'll preheat the dough for about 8 minutes, and by 8 minutes I mean 0, because the dough's actually done now and ready for toppings. We'll empty the sauce out over as much of the dough as I can before I start spreading it around with a spoon, making sure all the dough has about equal amounts of sauce on it. Now for the cheese. Like the sauce, I'll lay it out as liberally as possible, so I'll also sometimes grab bits of cheese and move it to the other side of the pizza. Now for my favorite part of the pizza, the pepperoni. I like doing 6x5 when I lay it out, just because I feel like it gives the perfect slice size when we go to eat it. Now that looks real good. Time to pop it in the oven one more time for another 8 minutes. Wait, did I say 8 minutes again? I meant 3 seconds, because it's actually done now. I'm literally just that good. Now we'll cut right in between each pepperoni, then we'll have our fully finished product. I think that's another beautiful looking dish. But how's the taste?
Dig in. This, just as always, is fantastic. You know why it's fantastic? Because I made it. That's why. Now get out of my kitchen. I've wasted enough of your time making you watch me make this. We still got a whole bit of the show to watch. So let's get back to it. Oh my God.
Adam, that pizza looks pretty good. I'm so glad you were able to share that with us. After this break, we will get to our last topic tonight, meal prep. This interview will take place with Capital University's own Abby Mayer as a senior music education major who is currently a student here teaching. We will see you and Abby right after this break.
About the best. I just wanna boast about the best. What? B&K Smokehouse on Main at Champion. I just wanna boast about the best. I just wanna boast about the best. What? Lips smacking ribs and slamming chicken. I just wanna boast about the best. I just wanna boast about the best. What? B&K Smokehouse. Champion.
Yarn Club, the close-knit group you've been yearning to join.
Welcome to the Main Street Corridor. I'm Andre James, and I am the president of the Main Street Business Association. We're here to make Main Street a place for everyone to come and enjoy themselves. We have outstanding business owners who have created an even better community. In the past, the Main Street Business Association has helped establish the Coda Bus Station, our streetlights, and the 12th Precinct. There is so much history on Main Street, but what we are most excited for is the future. The corridor is becoming a prestigious street and a thriving business center in Columbus. I'm inviting you to join us as we grow.
Sleep. In the vocabulary of teens and adults, it's often overlooked. On average, college students should be getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep, yet statistics show that they actually get less than that. Lack of sleep can bring about negative physical and mental effects, such as impaired judgment, headaches and tension, stress, increased risk of medical problems such as heart attack and stroke, and breaking of the fourth wall. So do yourself a favor and get some sleep.
Hey Cap fam, what's good? You know what is good? The Cap Cupboard. Located in the basement of the Student Union, the Cap Cupboard is your top location on campus that provides students in need with any free groceries they could want. Snacks, drinks, meals, toiletries, school supplies, you name it. The Cap Cupboard has what you need. Open Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 and 6 to 8 or by appointment. Just contact the Office of Student and Community Engagement if you have questions.
Welcome back from that break. Let's dive into our interview with Abby as she shares with us her experience with meal prepping. Okay, Abby.
Hi.
I'm happy to have you here.
Happy to be here.
Would you like to introduce yourself, your major, and yeah.
Yeah, so I'm Abby Mayer. I'm a Capital student here. I'm a fourth-year vocal music education major who is currently student teaching at Pleasant View Middle School in Southwestern City Schools. So working with 6th, 7th, and 8th grade all day, every day.
How is that?
It's going great.
Good to hear, good to hear. Well, so I would like to ask, would you recommend meal prepping for everyone?
For everyone, especially if you have a busy schedule, yes, because it takes so much stress out of your day. Me personally, I get very anxious about eating at times or forget to eat. So this eliminates that and makes it just way easier to make sure I'm actually sustaining myself, especially through these long days. Like personally, right now, I've been up since 7 a.m., but I'm still very much energized, I would like to think.
Okay, that's good. So how long does it take you to meal prep?
That is on an individual basis. I hope to never go longer than 30 minutes meal prepping, whatever it is, and have at least 4 days worth come out of any session of meal prepping.
Yeah.
There have been times in like the beginnings where it would take me like an hour and a half. That's just too much time. I got valuable free time. Like if that's what it takes, then that's not the right recipe.
So do you do it on like Sunday, like the beginning of the week?
Yeah, most of the time I either meal prep Saturday or Sunday to have Monday through Thursday ready to go. That's breakfast and lunch. Fridays are kind of a free-for-all if there's like a dinner that I have leftovers for or takeout or whatever.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, what did you have this week?
What I had this week? Oh, that's a really good question because I really liked what I had this week.
Okay.
So I always have the same breakfast. It's my homemade chia pudding. It has like yogurt, protein powder, some chia pudding, and some fruit, like frozen fruit in it. So it's like really high in fiber, high in protein, getting you your macros for the day, or at least for breakfast. And then for lunch, I tried a new recipe, this Korean like beef, I don't know what you call it, like dish, I guess. It's like your beef, your rice, and then I made my own pickled, oh my gosh, carrots and cucumbers. And all the spices and everything, like I made my own like soy sauce mixture with rice vinegar and ginger and like all of those like unami, like kind of unami.
I don't know what it is.
I forget what it's called, but like very, very like Asian cuisine. Like I love Asian food, and
Same.
it's been, it's so good.
It was your first time trying it?
Trying it, yeah. A little bit of a risk, but it smelled really good when I was cooking it, so I was
Okay.
like, okay, good.
Good. Okay. Have you noticed any changes in your spending since you started meal prepping?
Yeah, I spend now like maybe 50 to 75 a week on meal prepping versus like easily $100 to $150 a week.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back. We're going to have a little break, and then we'll continue with our questions with Abby.
My name is John Dooley, and this is A Touch of Beauty Salon, Barber, and Spa. We're located at 844 East Main Street between 17th and 18th Street, and we've been here for over a year. Just as our name suggests, we provide a full range of services for salon, barber, and spa. Our hairstylists offer the very best in relaxers, perms, hair additions, haircuts, updos, and styling packages for events. Our barbers provide razor cuts and full-service haircuts. And our salon provides a premier assortment of services in professional manicures, pedicures, facials, waxing, and body wraps. We're open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, and Sundays by appointment. We love walk-ins, and we offer specials daily. You can visit us at atouchofbeautyhair.com.
The Chimes was first published in 1926. We are a student-led, student-run, student-written, student-edited newspaper.
We like to think of ourselves as a bridge between the students and faculty and faculty and administration. We publish things regarding everyone in the area on campus as well as within Columbus. They can get all of their news straight from us.
Okay. So I asked about your spending habits. What about your eating habits? Have you noticed any changes in those?
Yeah, as someone who likes to just track what I eat in a day, not necessarily like for weight loss or weight gain, just like know what I eat in a day, upping my protein in my meal preps, I actually eat less throughout the day because I'm satiated longer. So like eating higher protein, eating a higher dose of veggies per day, like I feel more energized, I feel better, and I do naturally sort of get that diet change just by meal prepping, because most meal prepping recipes include like higher protein, like your veggies and that sort of thing, rather than just like chips or something.
Yeah, true. I would rather pick the chips though. Yeah.
It's good for a snack.
Yeah. What is like the biggest investment like tool you need for like meal prepping?
So there's a couple different options because they're kind of varying in prices. The biggest thing that I asked for actually for Christmas this year was my glass dish set because it's microwave safe. It's not gonna like do any microplastics or anything like that, like whatever's all over the internet about microwaving plastic, Tupperware, whatever. So personally, I wanted to invest in having a couple different sizes of just glass dishes that I could just take with me. Though I don't know how much those were. Those were a Christmas gift this year. But one other thing that I also got for a Christmas gift that I very much enjoy using for meal prepping is my Ninja Creamy. I can make my own protein ice cream,
Mm-hmm.
and that has been a huge lifesaver. It's so good.
So how do you make it?
So you get like your little cups, and I put like a protein shake in and a
Mm-hmm.
scoop of protein powder, and then whatever flavor you're looking for. So like I might use a vanilla shake or a strawberry shake. I just recently used a strawberry shake with vanilla protein powder, some Jell-O, like sugar-free Jell-O mix, just for the consistency.
Yeah.
And then I put a little bit of extra strawberry syrup in. So that's a little extra sugar, but it made it taste so good. And then you just freeze it overnight, and the machine will just spin it in the ice cream like right there. And I'm just like,
nice.
It's so good.
Actually, I would want that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know like what bento boxes are? Do
Yes.
you use that for meal prepping as well?
No. So I love bento boxes, and I would love, I'm sorry, I just like hit the microphone. I would love to have a bento box, but I, like just looking at their prices, I don't think they're worth it. For like, you could find, like I have super easy, like segmented Tupperware that I could use instead.
Yeah.
And that's
true.
way cheaper.
Yeah.
And it would still get you the same results.
Yeah. I get it. But they look so cute. I've
I
seen
know.
them on like
Are
Instagram,
they?
so like they are cute. What is your favorite meal that you've prepped so far?
The Korean beef has my heart right now.
Okay.
It's so good. But last week I did this weird concoction of like frozen vegetables, ground turkey, pasta, and Alfredo sauce, and it was actually pretty good. A little higher in calories for my liking, but it was still tasted good, and that's what I value more in making my meals ahead of time.
Yeah.
Next week, though, I'm making sushi bowls,
Ooh.
and I'm very excited. I'm going to have my white rice, my various vegetables, my crab, my tuna, and my sauce, and I'm very excited.
Okay.
So
yeah, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
What is a mistake you made that you could share to help others avoid that problem?
I was so trying to think of something funny here on the fly. Just make sure you know how to cook your meats properly, especially when you're working with chicken.
Yeah.
Because chicken is such a good protein source. It's probably one of like the highest protein source meats you can find.
Yeah.
But if you do not cook chicken properly, even the slightest bit off, you will be paying for it later.
Did you get like a stomach flu?
Yeah, it was not good.
Oh, okay.
I had to throw the whole batch of chicken away.
Oh. Was it not cooked all the way?
I don't actually know what I did wrong. It's just I ate like one of the little portions that I had, and I spent about 2 out of the like 8 periods at my student teaching placement in the bathroom. So my co-op was not happy with me.
Well, I'm happy you look better.
Thank you.
Do you find it hard to reheat or store food when you're prepping?
I actually just experimented with that this week because the beef and the rice needs to be warmed up, but I wanted the veggies cold. So I actually have the veggies in their own individual like Ziploc baggie that I keep in my lunchbox separate. But thankfully, my placement has a microwave in their shared staff center. So we just go there, microwave our food, and then come back.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so happy you were able to come and join us today. I loved learning about it, and I will definitely, use those tips myself. Thank you so much, guys, for watching today. Next week, we'll be having the Valentine's Day show. And, yeah, bye.